Hi Libra, welcome to your March Celtic cross reading. It is a Celtic cross reading, but we're starting out with an oracle card from the True Love Oracle. It's by Belinda Grace, illustrated by Lori Banks. Okay, let's see what you got. The Sacred Woman. So, Gemini also got this card, and I almost pulled it out of my deck because this booklet doesn't give attribution to the tribe. The tribe is the Lakota tribe. I'm going to read that with that in mind. That Native Americans are not all a monolith. There are many with their own legends. This is a Lakota legend. The Native American Indian legend of White Buffalo Calf Woman is closely connected to the concept of the divine feminine. Although it is more extreme than real life, her story does send an important message. In the legend, White Buffalo Calf Woman annihilates a man who thinks he can simply embrace her and claim her like a piece of property. The man who senses her divinity and wild power is spared the same fate because she can see that even though he holds his bow and arrow up to her in fear, he respects her power. On returning to his tribe, the surviving warrior does as she requested and organizes a feast to celebrate her impending arrival. In return, she teaches the tribe sacred rituals and bestows important forms of abundance upon them. White Buffalo Calf Woman brings an important reminder to us today about the potentially destructive forces that are available when the feminine is treated as trivial. In modern life, this applies to both men and women, meaning that women must be prepared to value themselves and act upon this if they want to be respected by their male counterparts. White Buffalo Calf Woman did not play games, make idle threats, or pretend to be something she was not. She did not compromise herself or her integrity for mere physical security or a life that was less fulfilling. And by annihilating the disrespectful warrior, she made it clear to all others that her power was not to be doubted. In modern life, this is played out in the way a woman treats herself and allows herself to be treated. When a woman truly respects herself and acts upon her feelings, men naturally respect her or leave her alone. When you call White Buffalo Calf Woman into your life, she will help you do away with self-sabotaging behavior and help you to have the courage to do what you know you need to do. So yeah, quite a few issues with the way that it's written in the guidebook, not attributing the tale correctly, and then this idea that when a woman truly respects herself and acts upon her feelings, men will naturally respect her or leave her alone. I think every woman that's experienced sexual harassment, but I can just leave that at every woman, knows that that's not really true. However, what I take from this card is that she doesn't need to be anything or pretend to be anyone that she's not in order to give respect. She is sovereign simply by being alive and recognizing her sovereignty. So I'm not sure that I will keep this card in my deck going forward, especially having it come up for 2 air signs in a row. But it is interesting. And it's, about her intuition as well. 2 men. One thinks he can treat her like a piece of property. The other respects her. Perhaps you have more insight into that card. If so, I'd love for you to share in the comments. But to me, it's the idea of sacred sovereignty. We can't expect others to respect us if we don't respect ourselves. All right, Libra, Celtic cross. Your current situation, we get 2 of coins. So you're in a balancing or juggling time. It's also about adaptability and prioritizing. Crossing that is the Ace of Cups. So possibly a new love relationship has thrown you off, the potential of a new love relationship anyways. Someone that you see yourself growing feelings for, someone that you see yourself finding fulfillment with. But as is so often the case, love is hardly ever convenient and tends to throw our lives in disarray. I think I read something saying that for like while couples are in the honeymoon phase, they're less productive at work because their minds are totally preoccupied by love. Your influencing energy is the Fool. So this can be a brand new beginning, but it can also be naivety. In any case, it is about a new start. Relevant past is the Queen of Swords. So in the past, you might have been someone, Libra, who relied a lot on your intelligence. Libra is an air sign, of course you know that. Swords are ruled by air. And then you have cups coming in to mess with everything. Exiting energy is the Star. So yes, it can be hope and renewal, but it can also be like your North Star, your guiding star, your sense of purpose. And what I'm thinking about now, if you read fantasy, perhaps you know the author Patrick Rothfuss. He has been writing a trilogy for a very long time, and such a long time that people have started to be pretty mean about the time it's taking him. His North Star was his book, his trilogy. And then he met someone and fell in love. And I remember reading on his blog, he said, like, I haven't written in 6 months because I've been in this new relationship and I'm exploring what that means to me in my life. Totally paraphrasing here. It's been a while since I read that. But I'm getting that a new love has shaken things up and you're still making sense of that. But what was your North Star is no longer. And you've got a new beginning, and you're learning to approach the world in new ways. And your immediate future is the Nine of Wands. So learning to approach things in new ways is often not easy, but you are resilient. It looks like it's not going to be easy anytime soon, but you're going to keep going, and you're going to keep going after what you want. And your strengths, Wheel of Fate, that's interesting. I feel like you're saying your strength is that you know, logically, that the only constant is change. Logically, you accept that. Logically, you understand things cannot stay the same. And your environment is the Seven of Swords. This can be manipulation, cunning. It can also be avoidant defense. By that I mean like attachment styles. Avoidance, push people away because they're afraid of intimacy. That might be something that you or this unexpected person are dealing with. One of you might be dealing with that. And your hopes and fears, Three of Swords. You're stepping outside of your comfort zone. Basically, I mean, if we're calling this card your North Star, it's like you're not in the same hemisphere anymore, maybe not even in the same planet anymore. which can be really scary. So taking this leap of faith, that is what a lot of people say when they pull the Fool, taking a leap of faith. This is for you a big leap of faith into an entirely new solar system, and you're afraid that it's going to lead to heartbreak and grief. Like you're going to step out on a limb for this person, and then the limb's going to crack. The outcome is death. You are going to step out onto that limb, and your life as you knew it is going to change. You are going to be transformed. I like the death card, but also last year I felt like was my death year. When I was pulling cards for myself, I felt like for 6 months I couldn't pull a tarot reading without pulling the death card. And for the first month, I was like, okay, I like transformation. Month 2, I was like, okay, yeah, transformation, it's not easy, but it's necessary. And then I just like slowly became just more and more frustrated, like, when is this gonna end? So it can be frustrating, and I can see how it can make some people nervous when it shows up on the table. Overarching energy, though, is the Page of Coins. So take things slow, be realistic, and allow yourself to up level and change one step at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you transform? One bite at a time. Okay. You are recreating yourself. And it looks like you're recreating yourself with somebody else. Maybe creating your own universe together. That's beautiful and exciting. Why is the Two of Coins here? Why is the Two of Coins here in Libra's current situation? Oh, I have a card on the floor. Six of Cups. Maybe somebody that you had a past life connection with, or somebody that you used to know in the past, didn't talk to them for a long time, they came back. The connection is powerful enough for you to leave your life behind as you knew it. Ace of Wands. 5 of Wands. And 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups clarifying 2 of Coins. You at least feel this connection for what it is. You feel the passionate potential, but you are struggling to... Okay, sorry. Having problems with storage, even on a different recording device. Seeing the passionate potential, seeing a divine connection. I mean, we have Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, 2 aces, 2 cards of beginning. Such promising beginning, but maybe your old logical brain is saying, hey, what's the red flag? Some people avoid red flags. That was one air signs reading. They didn't want to look at red flags. You are searching out red flags. It's the opposite problem. Okay. I feel like that camera angle is weird. Sorry. All right. No, we're doing your challenge position. We have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups and the challenge. Why is the Ace of Cups in the challenge position for Libra? If you look for red flags, you'll find them. And so then this almost becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The Ace of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups finally came out. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom. Somebody who, I think this is the other person, male or female, has a very nurturing energy. Underneath that is the Lover's card. Yeah. Love connection. But you value your independence. You value your independence, but you cannot deny the deep connection that you feel. Even if you just met them, they feel like somebody that you've known. You just immediately, the chemistry between you, and I don't mean like sexual chemistry, I mean just like relating chemistry. You could, what's the word, like bounce off each other just so easily and naturally, and you can't deny that. We have the Fool in the influencing energy, taking a leap of faith. And this, like, seriously, so that sometimes the Fool can represent naivety, and I feel like that's what you're telling yourself, Libra. You're telling yourself, stop being so naive. You don't know enough about this person. You don't have enough information to be making this leap of faith, but you're doing it anyways. And I can feel like this conversation in your head, and one side's like, I'm gonna do it, they're different than anybody I've ever met, and then the other side of you is like, you idiot. Sorry. But it seems like your heart is winning the battle currently. Like I said, be careful, because it could be a self-fulfilling prophecy. The Fool is clarified by the High Priestess. Yeah, your intuition is telling you this is important. Then there's the Strength card. I get that. It's taking a lot of strength for you to make this choice. At the bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. That voice I said I heard kind of yelling, you idiot. I feel like it's this bird. That's what he's yelling out. But he's not on the table. The High Priestess is. He's trying. It's like a conversation between these two. Between the Hierophant and the High Priestess. But like I said, I feel like your heart is winning out. We have the Lion coming in with one of the roses from the Two of Cups. He's got the sun shining overhead. Happiness. Underneath this yelling, I don't know if it's a crow or a raven, underneath this yelling, cawing bird is the Ace of Cups, and under that is the Ten of Cups. So, if that tells you anything. Okay, relevant past is the Queen of Swords. I feel like just a really sweet energy coming off of this. Like, yes, I feel the fear, but I'm just feeling like a sweet happiness. The Queen of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Wands and the Lovers. And then the Six of Wands. Successfully rising above, leaving behind old ways. It's like you, relevant past, you were Queen of Swords. Still are, still have those qualities. But then this Ace of Cups lover shows up. And suddenly you discover that you have a passionate side to you. This person, this Ace of Cups, brings out sides of you that you didn't know that you had. That can be thrilling. It can be exciting to see yourself through other people's eyes in ways that you never saw before. Going back to this Sacred Woman card, maybe in the past you've dealt with partners who didn't respect you, who trespassed on your boundaries. And maybe too with that story of the buffalo calf maiden in mind. This person could be just as scared as you are of the intensity of the connection, but you're able to recognize that even through the fear that they respect you. Why is the Star in the exiting energy? Queen of Swords. And Three of Pentacles. Knight of Cups at the bottom. So Queen of Swords is in your relevant past, and that is on the way out. I don't think that's to say that your intelligence has left the building. It certainly has not. But maybe that I think this kind of looking for red flags, searching for the truth. I think you're starting to accept that what you have with this person is the truth. You don't need to wait for the other foot to fall, the other shoe to fall. Also on the way out, maybe old collaborations that you had with other people following that same North Star. And your immediate future is the Nine of Wands. Why is the Nine of Wands here? Judgment, the Hierophant, Three of Swords. Listening to this voice, I mean, the difference in the voices I think should tell you which is the right voice. This one is yelling, calling out, "You idiot," and this one is like, take a closer look. There's something here that's important. You can feel it. It does look like, at least temporarily, you're gonna fall back on traditional ways of thinking, your traditional ways of thinking, your traditional patterns. And you are going to hold your ground, even if you know that it's wrong, even if you know that there is another truth out there, that there are multiple versions of the truth. We each have our own truths. Sometimes we each have multiple truths. You're still going to hold your ground. But it's through that process of holding the heartbreak and the grief that you're able to break down those old belief systems and experience a rebirth. This looks like it's gonna, I mean, like I said, you are going to a new universe. That takes time. This process is going to take some time. You're not going to change overnight, and that's okay. I mean, even if you are moving from the northern hemisphere to just the southern hemisphere, it would take a lot of time to make a move that big. There would probably be doubts and difficulties along the way. You just have to keep going and keep trusting. And your strengths is the Wheel of Fortune. That's clarified by the 6 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the 2 of Cups. You're saying that you know logically change is constant. You know that relationships need equal give and take. And it looks like you know that you need to make changes slowly in your physical as well as in your interior world. You're telling yourself all of these things. You know them to be true, but you're having trouble relying on your strengths, believing in your strengths. It's like you know that you have these strengths, but with the 5 of Wands here, you're having trouble leaning on them. With the 6 of Pentacles, maybe having trouble believing that you deserve to receive. Like, you know, theoretically, a relationship is equal give and take. But what does that look like in practice? I feel like all of this and the strength is intellectually based. You know these things to be true. Environment, 7 of Swords, is clarified by the 5 of Cups and the King of Pentacles. I think I had mentioned to you the avoidant defense as an attachment style. I believe currently you are pushing this person away because you're telling yourself that you need stability. Stability is not finding a brand new universe. Stability is staying where you are, where you know that you're safe. At the same time, like, you feel not great. Maybe that's confusing to you. I am stable. My life is exactly as it's always been. My North Star is as it always been. Nothing has changed except for I met this new person. So why do I feel this way? Nothing has changed except this one thing. So why do I feel this way? Hopes and fears, we have the Three of Swords. Why is the Three of Swords here? This does seem like an internal battle between the High Priestess and the Hierophant. The High Priestess wants you to trust your intuition. The Hierophant wants you to respect tradition. We get the Ten of Swords, Justice, and the Hermit. I think that the Ten of Swords is related to your fears. Fears that this relationship, if you follow it to a new world, will inevitably end and leave you alone without the stability that you have now. You feel like you're trading stability for inevitable heartbreak. I think this card, the Justice card, is the universe telling you that everything has an effect. The rule of cause and effect. What I was saying earlier about self-fulfilling prophecies. Your mindset is going to have a huge impact on how this plays out. And the outcome is death. Why did I say it like that? And the outcome is death. Why is death here? Why is death ever here? So death can be transformation. It can be a difficult ending. Ten of Swords is also about an ending that's in your fears. The difficult ending could be a couple of things. It could be and it depends on you. The difficult ending could be leaving the world that you know behind. Or it could be choosing stability and leaving this Lovers connection behind, because the Lovers is a choice. Death is clarified by Two of Wands. Actively planning for a future, choosing which path to take. The Chariot, movement. And Eight of Swords. The choice is up to you. This is a collective reading. This, whether you want to admit it or not, this knowing this person has already changed you. And even if you don't choose them, if you choose stability, if you choose the Hierophant, you're still changed. Your life can't go back to how it was. If you choose the High Priestess, your life will change, and you're taking a risk to find a new star. And that is a little bit harder to see. And that might be why it's so hard to choose that option. It's up to you. Like I said, it is a choice. I am like 50 or 60% fire, so I would choose love. But everyone is different, and I don't know the circumstances. Oh my gosh, I'm just thinking of like one of the most heartbreaking movies to me is The Duchess with Keira Knightley. And spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. She does not choose the love of her life, because otherwise she would lose her children. So there are reasons not to choose love. Regardless, you are changed because of it. Okay, advice from the universe. We get 8 of Cups, moving on. We get the Moon, the subconscious, complexities. I think that's showing that, yeah, this is more complex than one might imagine. The Hanged Man. And then 8 of Pentacles. I think this is saying you don't need to make a decision right now. You can move slowly. In the meantime, focus on other things, and let your subconscious work. Don't reject things out of hand. Take some time and get some perspective. 8 of Cups can be walking towards the 9 Cups, the wish fulfillment. What is your wish fulfillment? Do you even know? Maybe taking some time to investigate that, as long as it takes. Just looking at what this guy's doing, I thought for a second it was a potter's wheel. I am a potter, so I was going to be really excited, but I don't think that's what it is. But if it was a potter's wheel, I mean, when I am doing pottery, I'm very focused on the mud in front of me. And getting into that kind of flow state, the 8 of Pentacles flow state, can allow your subconscious mind to gain new perspectives, so that you can get clarity on what your 9 Cups is that you want to move towards. I'm going to pull one last card for you. Can I get one last card for Libra, please? The Woodland Wardens deck. That's what this is. The Woodland Wardens deck. One card for Libra. I got a really sweet energy from your person, but I'm getting from you a really sad energy. Like, I'm the feeling that you don't think that you can have it. Clearly you can, but you have to come to that conclusion on your own. We get the Horse and Bluebell. Modest fortitude. I think XLIX. Oh, I hate Roman numerals. Okay, found it. Modest fortitude. Its downcast blooms cause the bluebell to bow gently at its stem, symbolizing modesty. In contrast, the horse is a striking creature, proud and muscular, able to bear great loads and travel long distances. It is known for its superior strength and stamina. Taken together, the horse and bluebell remind us that the greatest feats are the result of much humble practice. Work quietly and consistently. The time to shine will present itself in the future. For now, focus on your process rather than its reward. And that reminds me of this card that the universe gave you, 8 of Pentacles. There are 2 questions. If they resonate with you, I'd love for you to share your answers in the comments. The first is, am I too focused on earning praise and not focused enough on the substance of my work? And the second, when is it worthwhile to push through adversity, and when is it better to rest? Again, the universe has caused you to pause and rest. I hope that was helpful, Libra. This looks like it is a difficult choice for you. What is meant for you will not pass you by. And change, as you know, is inevitable. I'll see you next time.